It's raining again. If I had $1 or even less than that, 10 cents for every single time it rains, I'd be a fucking rich man by now. Today I wanted to talk about the cost of owning a 600cc Supersport in Singapore. A lot of people, you know, feel that Supersports are pretty expensive to run in Singapore, on top of the fact that 600cc Supersports in general are themselves very expensive machines compared to, let's say, even a 650 Sport Tourer. So if you compare, let's say, a 650 Ninja to a 636 Ninja, the 636 is a Supersport. It costs like almost double the price it would cost for you to buy a Ninja 650. But I'm not here to talk about the actual prices of the bikes themselves, because the prices do tend to fluctuate between brands, between model years, and whether it's used or new. I'm here to talk about running costs, stuff like how much it costs to run it day by day, year by year, and to keep it in your possession. So obviously I have not owned, I've ridden several 600cc Supersports in my life, a 2010 CBR, 600RR, and I rode Death Steps R6 for a while, but that doesn't mean I've owned anything other than this 2005 ZX6R. So my experience is going to be very opinion based. This is not exactly 100% based on statistics, so it's just a rough gauge for you guys to know how much it's going to cost to buy a 600cc Supersport in Singapore and keep one for yourself. Now, I'm 30 years old this year, and my insurance hasn't really dropped much. Okay, I have not made a claim, so this is coming from a accident-free rider, 30 years old. And how much would my insurance cost every year? Well, for me, without the discounts and yada yada yada, that makes it a bit more cheaper. With the discounts, I'm only paying about $400 a year. Before discounts, let's just talk about raw price, because we want to get a rough gauge of how much insurance costs. So I'm insured under NTUC. NTUC is like the gold standard of insurance prices and how much people should base it on in Singapore. So I've got to slow it down because there's a speed trap ahead. Anyway, for me, NTUC is gonna cost me $600 a year. Okay, and once you're above 25, it's not gonna change much. Okay, $600 roughly for a 600cc Supersport. It can be slightly more than that, slightly less than that, but in general, that's how much they're gonna cost. Rotex wise, this is gonna be a bit of a kicker. Okay, for my case, because I'm riding a 2005 ZX6R, so it's above the 10-year limit, so now they are adding a bit more to my Rotex annually, 20% more actually, in fact, compared to a bike that is 10 years old or younger. So if you're within that 10-year-old bike range, your Rotex is going to cost about 200. I pay about 250 for 280 for my Rotex per year. Now, when you're talking about how much it costs to run the bike for fuel, okay, petrol, most Supersports, let me think, how much do they take? I think most 600cc Supersports have a economy of about 13 to 17 kilometers per liter, depending on the model and how you ride. For me, it's 13. For some CBR 600RR riders, they are getting 17 out of theirs, especially the newer models. So let's put it in the middle, 15 kilometers per liter. The price of petrol hasn't changed much for the past, what, 2 years. So we're gonna peg it at about $2.20 for RON 95 petrol, which is what almost every single sport bike really needs at minimum. So RON 95, $2.20. I can't be bothered to do a rough estimation, so I'm gonna just say, for, let's say if you're gonna travel, I think most people are gonna agree the average person in Singapore rides about what, 16,000 kilometers a year. Okay, so 16,000 kilometers times fuel economy times the price of the fuel. I'm gonna put the total amount of that petrol cost per year up here, because I can't really calculate on the spot right now. I'm not good at math. I suck at math. I failed my math. You know, I didn't fail my math in up to Polytechnic, but when I did my university math, I failed that. Now, as for oil maintenance costs, most people would buy 1550 oil in Singapore. Rough price is about what, $25 per bottle, around there, per liter. Okay, so most bikes, 600cc Supersport bikes, will take about 3.5 to 4 liters of oil per servicing, and most bikes require at the latest 3,000 kilometers between servicing. So again, I'm not going to count that. So 3,000 kilometers between servicing times the average 16,000 kilometers per year driven, and the price of oil plus the amount of oil required. I'm going to put the price over here. Then you're going to want to put roughly every year about $2,000, $3,000 set aside just for repairs and, you know, major servicing. You know, if you crash, might not be needed, but end of the day, I sometimes I will say, okay, $2,000, $3,000 set aside. You may not use it, but this is $2,000, $3,000 that is not being open for stuff like investments and shit like that. This guy is so slow. Why the hell was I following behind him for so long? I have no fucking idea. So comparatively speaking, 600cc Supersports are rather pricey, I have to admit, just to run in Singapore. And if you are going to use it for work, like if you're a dispatch rider or delivery rider, it's kind of stupid to ride a 600cc Supersport for your line of work. But it's not exactly expensive if you are at my age, because the biggest kicker is actually in the insurance prices. I only pay 600 bucks, 400 bucks a year for insurance. It's bloody dirt cheap. By comparison, my DRZ400, I pay about 280 per year. And if I was still riding a FZ16, I'd probably be paying like 90 bucks by now. 400 isn't a lot, honestly speaking. For somebody my age, somebody my I wouldn't say my experience, but the amount of years I've been ridden, that's why they're giving me such low prices. But if you are young, you're 21, just got your Class 2 license at the earliest possible opportunity, and then you jumped on the 600cc Supersport bandwagon, bought yourself like a R6, brand new Yamaha R6 2017 with that beautiful engine, beautiful looks, then yeah, you're gonna pay the hell out of your nose for those bikes. I believe it's gonna be at least 2,500 around there for third liability, third party in Singapore, fire and theft. And if you just want to get liability insurance, it's only going to cost you a bit less, 2,000 maybe. It's not not cheap at all if you are a young rider. So yeah, I would suggest, yes, 600cc Supersports, go for it. They are amazing, great fun bikes to ride. Oh, and I see somebody also probably has like ZX6R right in front, but that's probably a newer model, probably, or it could be a Ninja 300, Ninja 400. I'm not very sure. Can't really see. It's a great bike to ride, but of course, as usual, if you're under 25 years old, even if you have the Class 2 license, just please, by all means, don't buy a 600cc Supersport. If you really do have to buy something worthy of your license class, then probably consider something like an old used CBR 500. I'm not even sure if that thing was sold in Singapore in the first place. Or if you want something brand new, maybe stuff like a Ducati Scrambler, but the bike itself is probably more expensive than you'll ever need to pay for the difference in insurance out for your entire life. But that's an option if you want. Anyway, doodles, let me know what kind of bike you ride. If you ride a 600cc Supersport, what kind of costs are you facing? And well, do you recommend other riders to do the same, ride a 600cc Supersport at their age? Let me know down in the comments below, and if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you would like to support this channel, links are in the description below. And of course, remember to subscribe for more videos like this in future, and I'll see you next time. Peace out, bye bye.